Hey guys, good morning or good afternoon or whenever you're watching this. This morning is Saturday and it's around the 1st of September, and we are not headed to the farm today to do work. I am headed to Sally Beauty Supply. Now I know you're probably thinking, what does Sally Beauty Supply have to do with the hunting channel? But you're about to find out. Stay tuned. Before we head over to Sally Beauty Supply, I gotta make a stop here in my parents' garage. Yes, Mom's working on this outdoor swing.
It's about time you got over here and got those things.
I'm getting them out today.
Yeah, but they've been here long enough.
They've only been here a couple months.
Probably a whole year.
A year?
Those stinky things. Ugh, yuck.
Well, I'm getting this one for sure. And this right here.
What about that other one?
I'm gonna have to leave it for a little while. I can't do them all in one day.
Okay.
But I'll get it out.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
Okay guys, today we got a special treat for you. It's hot and we're going to be out here working on the back porch today. Don't know how long I'll make it, but we've got a couple of European skull mounts we're going to be doing this morning. I'm going to show you what we got, and probably not what you think it is. It'll be interesting. Alright, let me go pick them up. Here's the next thing we'll be working on. Let me grab my knife. There it is. Alligator. We'll have a good time with this one. This one's pretty clean. Not a lot of work to do to it. Basically just put it in the fire, put it in the boil. There's a little bit cut off, not too much. Right now I'm just trimming all the excess meat off of it, getting it ready to go into the boil. As you can tell, there's not much left to trim. It's been cleaned out pretty good. right after they caught it. This was caught, this alligator was caught on Lake Eufaula, Alabama, during the gator season. They drew a tag for it, and it was caught and harvested by legal means, and it's one of the ones that they had on their program to have taken out of the lake. They do that every year. So this is a legally taken alligator. It's probably 2 years ago on this one. Boy, you do not want to get bitten by one of these. I'm telling you. Those are some sharp teeth. Alright, we changed out the bucket for the gator. Had to get a longer bucket up here to boil it in, but it's going to be probably 15-20 minutes before it's even ready, so we'll just keep an eye on it. This section right here, this lower jaw, it's got a lot of meat in between the teeth. You'll have to pick out. You can't blow it out with a pressure washer, but right in here in these cavities, right here, you have to get up in there and kind of work that meat out best you can. It's really kind of a pain, but if you don't get the meat out, then it will definitely stink later. Best way to do it is go up in there, grab it and twist it. See that? There's a lot of work that goes into these. When you spray all this off, you can really get down there with your hands and pull a lot of it out. It makes it shorter on the spraying process. Well, I did exactly what I didn't want to do. I broke it in half when I was pressure washing it. But about 90% of them break, so I'm going to epoxy it back together with some clear Gorilla Glue epoxy, and it'll be good to go. No harm, no foul. When you're trying to do these gators, though, it's best if you try to not break them in half. Just makes for an extra step. But that's okay, I'll handle it. I gotta put some teeth back in anyway. Now what I'm doing here now is I'm picking out the skin in between these teeth. And I'll go back in with like a nylon brush or something and just clean them out really good. But what you want to do is kind of get out as much of this as you can. It'll give you easier time when you're brushing these teeth out. That doesn't give you as hard of a job to do on the final step when you're bleaching. But you have to get all the skin off first before you can move on to another step. So that's a rule of thumb. Get every orifice, every hole cleaned out before moving on. Okay guys, this is like stage 2 of the alligator bleaching of the head process. We're basically still in the process of getting flesh off of the skull. An alligator has, as y'all know, they have very powerful jaws, and the reason they have those is because the muscles that make up the inside of the jaw and around the teeth, which are very, very strong. So when you're doing a European mount on a alligator, you have to really work at getting all of the skin out and the flesh. The reason I say that is because the flesh eventually will rot and it'll become smelly, and that's not really what you want when you're trying to display a beautiful animal. So it's best to do the work now prior to the last bleaching process. Now if you'll notice, these teeth, they are surrounded by skin, even though we've gotten most of the flesh off of the entire bone. And again, it broke, so I'm going to have to epoxy it back together, but that's kind of how it looks there on the bottom jaw. But when you're working with this, you just have to get the skin out of right at the gum line. And I've got a bunch of tools that I purchased through the years. I think I got most of them at Harbor Freight, but some of them came from Amazon. Oops. This is just a pick that helps scoop out skin in tight places. I've got some heavy-duty tweezers and that I use all the time, and some other I guess they're little knives. They're used for slicing, and then I've got this one that digs out. So it just depends on what is best for you. I mean, there's tons of different ones out there. I just find myself using these mostly on the deer heads I do, and the smaller animals, and these alligators in between the teeth. To give you a demonstration, like I would take this thing here and just kind of scrape in between and get everything loose, and then take one of these little knives here and go in between each tooth and cut and twist, and it came out. So in between those two teeth is now clean, and you can go in there and clean up as much as you want. I wouldn't say as little as you want. You got to get it out, but once you kind of get the main meat out between those teeth, you can let the bleaching process finish the job for you, and it will, decompose a lot of the flesh that's in there once you start bleaching it. But right now, you just got to get the main bulk of it out so that it doesn't turn color and it doesn't stink. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on these teeth here a little bit more. I kind of gave you an idea as to how I go in there and get it out, and I'll bring you back after we get finished with the teeth on these two jawbones. All right. Okay. Once you get all of the flesh taken off around the teeth, and you've got the whole thing pretty much defleshed, I guess is a good word. This is the product that I buy to do the whitening or the bleaching. It's 40% by volume clear, which means it's liquid, and you put just a half and half mixture of this in water, and you're going to boil them again for about 10 minutes. No longer than that. You want to just check keep checking, see how white they're getting, but you don't want to leave them in too long with this concoction. You just want to put them just enough in there to cover them up. This right here will help in the process as well, but you don't want to use too much. Very harsh on the bone in the final step. Again, this is the powdered OxyClean. Alright, let's let that boil, and once it comes to a boil, then we'll pull it out and check it periodically and see how we are. Alright guys, I got everything all glued up. Used a little bit of epoxy on the lower jaw, and they turned out pretty good as far as whitening goes. The light's giving you a little extra whitening there, but you kind of get the idea. There's the back end. Once the epoxy dries, I'll give it about 24 hours to dry, and then I'm going to glue the head onto this section and this section of the lower jaw, and it'll be all done. Stay tuned till tomorrow, and I'll have the final piece of this puzzle. Okay guys, I wanted to give y'all a final look at the gator skull. I've got it up on my mantle here in the house. It's probably not good lighting. Kind of looks yellow, but as you can see, it turned out great. Now, if anybody wants to do one on their own, and there's other ways to do it. This is just my way on how I do it. And if you're interested in finding out some more tips and things from me, just feel free to contact me on our Facebook page or leave a comment here below and I'll answer you back. But that's it for the gator skull. You guys don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and comment, and we'll answer you back. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.